Your coworker just bragged about maxing out his 401k. He thinks he's building wealth. He's actually guaranteeing he'll be poor in retirement. Let me show you the math that financial advisors pray you never see. By the end of this video, you'll understand why 401k plans are the greatest wealth transfer scheme in American history, and it's not transferring wealth to you. We're talking about over $500,000 that will vanish from your retirement, and I'm going to show you exactly where every penny goes. This isn't some conspiracy theory. This is cold, hard mathematics that anyone can verify. The numbers I'm about to show you are publicly available, but the financial industry hopes you're too lazy or too trusting to actually do the calculations yourself. Your HR department repeats this mantra. Your financial advisor lives by it. Your parents drilled it into you. Even the government encourages it with tax incentives. Think I'm exaggerating? We're going to do the math together step by step, because mathematics doesn't lie, but everyone else involved in this system does. The financial industry has built the perfect system. They've convinced you that putting away money you can't touch for 40 years, paying high fees every single year, with no guarantees, and creating a massive tax liability in the future is somehow a good idea. It's like a casino convincing you to give them all your money today, with the promise that maybe, possibly, if the rules don't change, if they don't go bankrupt, and if the government decides to let you access your own money, they might give some of it back when you're old and gray. But they hide the most important truth. Compound interest works against you when you're paying fees, and you'll be paying fees every single year for 4 decades. The 401k system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. It's just not designed for your benefit. It's designed to extract maximum wealth from your future self and transfer it to Wall Street's current shareholders. You're not building wealth, you're funding their yachts. Meet Sarah. She's 25 years old, makes $50,000 a year, and follows conventional wisdom perfectly. She's the poster child for responsible financial planning. She maxes out her 401k contribution at $22,500 annually. She gets her company match. She picks diversified funds recommended by her HR department. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? Sarah followed all the rules, stayed disciplined for 40 years, and became a multimillionaire. The American dream realized, right? Dead wrong. Catastrophically wrong. Here's where the mathematics becomes absolutely brutal. First, let's talk about management fees. The average 401k plan charges 1.2% in annual fees. Doesn't sound like much, does it? It's only $280 the first year on a $24,000 balance. But here's the thing about compound fees. They're like compound interest in reverse. They grow exponentially over time. Compound those seemingly small fees over 40 years, and they devour $480,000 of Sarah's retirement. Let me repeat that. Nearly $500,000 disappears into the pockets of fund companies who provide essentially no additional value beyond what you could get for a fraction of the cost elsewhere. But wait, there's so much more. Remember, every single dollar Sarah put into that 401k was pre-tax money. The government has been patiently waiting 40 years to collect their share. When Sarah starts withdrawing at age 65, every single dollar gets taxed as ordinary income. If she's in a 25% tax bracket, which is conservative given that tax rates have nowhere to go but up, that's another $600,000 in taxes. And here's the real kicker. Sarah doesn't even control when she can access her own money. If she needs it before age 59-12 for any reason, medical emergency, job loss, family crisis, she pays a brutal 10% penalty on top of regular income taxes. If she doesn't need the money at age 73, too bad. The government forces her to start making mandatory withdrawals whether she wants to or not. Her account grew to a gross balance of $2.4 million. After fees and taxes, she actually has access to approximately $1.4 million. That's a 56% haircut on her gross balance. But it gets even worse when you account for inflation. That $1.4 million in 40 years, assuming a conservative 3% annual inflation rate, has the purchasing power of about $430,000 in today's money. Sarah worked for 4 decades, sacrificed current consumption, took market risk, and ended up with less real purchasing power than if she had simply stuffed her money under a mattress. The average American changes jobs 12 times during their career. Each time Sarah changes jobs, she faces more fees, more complexity, more opportunities for the system to extract wealth from her accounts through rollovers, consolidations, and administrative charges she doesn't even know exist. But here's where this story gets really interesting. What if Sarah had done something different? What if instead of blindly following conventional wisdom, she had actually thought critically about what she was doing with her money? Here's the alternative path, using the exact same amount of money. Sarah still saves $22,500 per year, not a penny less than the conventional approach. But instead of dumping it all into a 401k black hole, she does this. She contributes exactly enough to her 401k to get the full company match, because that truly is part of her compensation package, but not 1 penny more. Then she takes the remaining money and splits it strategically. She maxes out a Roth IRA at $6,000 per year. That's the maximum allowed contribution for someone under 50. The rest, about $16,500 annually, she invests in low-cost index funds in a regular taxable investment account. Same total amount saved, but now she maintains complete control over her financial future. The results are absolutely stunning. In the Roth IRA, her money grows completely tax-free forever. No taxes on withdrawals, ever. The government can never change the rules on money that's already growing tax-free. In the taxable account, she pays taxes only on dividends and capital gains, and long-term capital gains are taxed at much lower rates than ordinary income. Most importantly, she pays rock-bottom fees. Instead of the 1.2% annual fee typical of 401k plans, she pays about 0.04% annually for a total stock market index fund. Over 40 years, that fee difference alone saves her $450,000. That's nearly $500,000 that stays in her pocket instead of going to Wall Street. By age 65, Sarah's alternative strategy has generated $2.1 million in total wealth. But here's the crucial difference. She can access all of it. No early withdrawal penalties, no forced distribution requirements, lower overall taxes, complete liquidity and control. Sarah just gained $700,000 by avoiding the 401k trap. But that's not theoretical money. That's real wealth she can spend, reinvest, or leave to her children. Money she controls, not money controlled by government rules and Wall Street fee structures. But there's an even deeper level to this strategy that most people miss completely. With complete control over her investments, Sarah can take advantage of opportunities that arise throughout her lifetime. When she's 35 and wants to buy her first home, she can use part of her investments for a down payment without penalties. When she's 42 and has a brilliant business idea, she has the capital to launch it. When she's 50 and the real estate market crashes, she can buy rental properties at discounted prices. The 401k money is locked away, completely useless for taking advantage of life-changing opportunities. It's not a retirement plan. It's a financial prison that holds your money hostage during the most productive and opportunistic years of your life. Let's dig deeper into the real numbers that most people never calculate. The majority of Americans don't understand the incredible power of liquidity. When you have $100,000 in accessible investments, opportunities become available that are completely off-limits to others. Market crashes 30%. You can buy more shares at discount prices, while 401k investors watch helplessly as their locked-up money rides the volatility. A colleague wants to sell his stake in a promising startup. You have the capital to invest. Real estate in your area becomes undervalued. You can purchase additional properties for rental income. 401k investors watch these wealth-building opportunities from the sidelines. Their capital is frozen in a system designed to benefit everyone except them. They're like sports fans watching from the bleachers, while the real players are on the field making money. So why does everyone push 401ks if they're such a terrible deal for workers? Follow the money and everything becomes crystal clear. The 401k system creates massive profits for everyone involved, except you. Your employer absolutely loves 401k plans because they shift all retirement risk from the company directly onto your shoulders. 50 years ago, companies provided defined benefit pension plans, guaranteed income for life funded and managed by the corporation. That was expensive and risky for companies because they had to ensure they had enough money to pay retirees regardless of market performance. 401k plans solved that problem by making retirement planning entirely your responsibility. They've successfully convinced workers to take responsibility for their own retirement while providing less total compensation than they would have provided through traditional pensions. Fund management companies absolutely worship 401k plans because they generate guaranteed fee income with zero market risk for the fund companies. They collect their 1 to 2% annually on trillions of dollars in assets, whether the markets go up, down, or sideways. It's the ultimate business model. Guaranteed revenue with absolutely no downside risk. Your losses are their gains because they get paid regardless of performance. The government loves 401k plans because they delay tax collection while giving politicians something to brag about during election seasons. Politicians can claim they're helping working families save for retirement while actually creating a massive tax time bomb that future politicians will have to deal with. They get the political credit today while pushing the tax burden into the future. But here's who definitely does not love 401k plans. Anyone who actually understands mathematics and wants to build genuine wealth that they control. The history of the 401k system is even more revealing. It was created in 1978 not as a retirement program for workers, but as a tax loophole for highly compensated executives. Section 401k of the tax code was designed to allow executives to defer portions of their bonuses and reduce their current tax liability. Then corporate benefits consultants realized they could exploit this executive tax loophole to eliminate expensive pension plans for regular employees. He never intended for it to replace traditional pensions. He created a system that has systematically destroyed retirement security for millions of Americans while generating massive profits for financial institutions. The psychological tricks used to keep people trapped in this system are absolutely brilliant. The company match creates a powerful illusion of free money, even though it's simply part of your total compensation package that they could just as easily provide as salary. You think you're getting a deal, but you're actually paying full price with extra complications. The automatic payroll deduction feels painless because you never see the money hit your checking account. But this psychological trick is actually dangerous because you lose awareness of how much current consumption you're sacrificing for the promise of future money. You're trading away your most energetic, healthy, and productive years for the promise of money when you're old, tired, and less able to enjoy it. Tax rates have nowhere to go but up, with massive government deficits and an aging population requiring more services. And if you're actually successful at saving and investing, you might end up in a higher tax bracket in retirement, making the entire tax deferral strategy completely counterproductive. Here's what really makes me angry about this system. It's specifically designed to exploit human psychological weaknesses. We're terrible at evaluating long-term consequences. We overweight small immediate benefits and underweight large future costs. We're loss-averse and hate giving up something we already have, even when it's not actually ours. The 401k system weaponizes these cognitive biases against us. The immediate tax savings feel good. The company match feels like a bonus. The automatic deductions are painless. But the long-term costs, they're abstract, distant, and difficult to calculate until it's too late to change course. So, what should you actually do if you want to build real wealth and maintain control over your financial future? Here's the step-by-step strategy that can save you hundreds of thousands of dollars. Step 1. Contribute to your 401k only enough to get the full company match and not one penny more. This is literally your money that the company is holding hostage. They could provide it as direct salary, but instead they force you to jump through hoops to access your own compensation. Get the match because it's yours, then escape the system as quickly as possible. Why even bother with the match? Because it's literally part of your compensation package that they're withholding unless you participate in their preferred investment scheme. Think of it like a signing bonus that they only pay if you agree to certain conditions. Take the money that's rightfully yours, but don't get trapped into thinking more is better. Step 2. Open a Roth IRA and max it out every single year. That's $6,000 annually if you're under 50, $7,000 if you're over 50. This money grows completely tax-free forever, and you maintain complete control over every investment decision. Why is the Roth IRA so powerful? Because the government can never change the tax rules on an account that's already tax-free. With traditional 401ks or traditional IRAs, the government can raise tax rates in the future, and you'll pay whatever they demand. With a Roth, you're protected forever from tax increases. You've already paid the taxes at today's rates. Step 3. Take everything else you are planning to put into your 401k and invest it in low-cost index funds in a regular taxable investment account. Yes, you'll pay taxes on dividends and capital gains, but you'll pay far less than you would on 401k withdrawals. Plus, you'll have complete liquidity and flexibility. What specific index funds should you choose? Keep it simple. A total stock market index fund gives you ownership in the entire American economy. An international stock index fund provides global diversification. A bond index fund adds stability and income. 3 funds covering the entire world economy with fees under 0.1% annually. That's it. Don't overcomplicate it. Step 4. Once you have $50,000 in accessible investments, you can start taking bigger risks and pursuing opportunities. You can invest in individual stocks if you want. You can start a business. You can buy real estate. You can pursue any opportunity that comes along because your money isn't locked away in a government-controlled retirement account. This strategy gives you something the 401k system never can: genuine financial freedom. You're not dependent on government rules about when you can access your money. You're not at the mercy of fund companies charging outrageous fees. You're not hoping that tax rates will be lower in the future. Let me share some advanced strategies that become possible once you have a foundation of liquid investments. Tax loss harvesting becomes possible. You can sell investments at a loss to offset gains from other investments, potentially saving thousands in taxes annually. This strategy is completely impossible with 401k money because you can't access it for tax planning purposes. You can invest in REITs, real estate investment trusts, to diversify into real estate without becoming a landlord. You can buy international funds for global diversification. You can purchase individual stocks if you believe in specific companies. Your 401k options are limited to whatever your employer decides to offer. Most importantly, you have the ability to be entrepreneurial. Study after study shows that the wealthiest Americans built their fortunes through business ownership and entrepreneurship, not through investing in stock market index funds. But you can't start a business with money locked away in a 401k account. The real magic happens when you have liquid capital available for investing in yourself. Want to get a certification that could increase your salary by $10,000? You have the money available. See an opportunity to buy a franchise in your town? You can act quickly. Friends starting a promising business and looking for investors? You can participate. 401k investors miss all these opportunities. Their capital is frozen in a system designed to benefit everyone except them, locked away until they're too old to take meaningful risks or pursue ambitious ventures. Every single day you wait to make this change costs you money. Every dollar sitting in your 401k today will be worth significantly less in fees and taxes by the time you can access it without penalties. The mathematics are inexorable. The longer you wait, the more wealth gets transferred from your future self to Wall Street's current profits. Here's something else the financial services industry desperately doesn't want you to know. 401k participants consistently underperform simple index fund investors by 2 to 3% annually. Why? Because 401k plans offer limited investment options, charge higher fees, and encourage frequent trading and rebalancing based on emotions rather than sound long-term investment strategy. Combined with the fee and tax savings from avoiding the 401k trap, we're talking about more than $1.5 million difference in your retirement security. The financial services industry has convinced millions of Americans that they're helping you build wealth for the future. In reality, they've created the most sophisticated wealth extraction system in human history. They're systematically extracting wealth from your future self and transferring it to their current shareholders and executives. Think about the perverse incentives at work here. Your financial advisor gets paid more when you have more money in expensive, actively managed funds. Your employer saves money by shifting retirement risk to you. Fund companies collect guaranteed fees regardless of performance. Government politicians get to claim they're helping workers while actually creating future tax liabilities. Everyone in the system profits except the person whose money it actually is. You. You're not a client or a customer in this system. You're the product being harvested for everyone else's benefit. Don't let them steal your retirement. The mathematics are clear, the incentives are obvious, and the solution is straightforward. Take control of your money, minimize fees and taxes, and build real wealth that you actually control and can access when opportunities arise. Your future self will either thank you for making this decision today or resent you for waking up at age 65 wondering where half your retirement money disappeared to. Time is the one asset you can never get back. Every day you allow this system to extract wealth from your future is a day you'll never recover. The best time to take control was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now, today, before you waste another dollar on this wealth extraction scheme. If this video opened your eyes to what's really happening with your money, hit that subscribe button right now. Next week, I'm breaking down the Social Security scam. And trust me, it's even worse than than the 401k trap. The government is promising benefits that are mathematically impossible to pay, and when that system collapses, guess who's going to be left holding the bag? And if you want to see how the grocery store industry is specifically designed to keep you poor and spending more than you should, check out this video right here. The psychological manipulation tactics they use will absolutely shock you, and once you understand them, you'll save thousands of dollars every year just by recognizing how you're being manipulated. The people who control these systems are counting on you to remain ignorant, passive, and compliant. They profit when you don't ask questions, don't do the math, and don't take control of your own financial future. Don't give them that satisfaction. Take control today.